Morning! You join me on a cloudy day. It was raining a second ago, but it's stopped now. But just quickly refer back to the last video with the tight gaps. Since then, I'd done a delivery in Portsmouth, it was, and the main roads in Portsmouth are not the best roads. The side roads are even worse, and the side residential roads are even worse than that. They're effectively no-go areas, really, because you get cars and that parking down either side of them, and the gap that's left isn't really big enough for your lorry. But a shop was unfortunately down one of these roads, so I had to go down there. Done my load, and on the way out, very, very tight. And then we came across a car and a van. The van was parked slightly more into the road than he should have been, really, and there's pretty much the tightest gap you could possibly fit through without damaging anything. Because on the left of me I had the wing mirror of the car gently brushing the side of the truck, and on the right hand side I had the wing mirror of the van gently brushing the truck, so you can't get a much smaller gap and fit through it successfully without damaging something. Which, when I saw the guy who normally does the run the day after, he says he's been down there before, and also once again a van was parked in the middle of the road. Unlike me trying to squeeze through without doing anything, he just went, nah, let's just go for it. And so he said he ended up smashing his wing mirror off to teach him a lesson, which I thought was quite funny. But anyway, moving on, today's video. You currently join me on what could be considered a quirk of the British motorway system. This isn't actually a motorway, but this is, I think it's turned into the 322 now. That goes around Bracknell. Basically, normally what you do is go along the motorway, turn down junction, blah blah blah, which in this case would be the M4 and then the M25 going anti-clockwise. But weirdly, if you turn off the motorway down the 329 round Bracknell through along the 322, pick up the M3, then go along and hit the M25 clockwise, anti-clockwise even, you end up doing a quicker run, despite some sections having 50 miles an hour and this particular bit 40 mile an hour speed limit. You end up being quicker than if you stayed on the M4 doing 70 miles an hour, then going down the M25 anti-clockwise. And that even works in a lorry despite being limited to 56. So I do have a few examples where I have managed to beat something that has gone up the M25 along the M4. The first example was, we were in our car once and I got overtaken by 3 motorbikes and one of them was quite a distinctive, like custom chopper style thing. It was like 95% chrome with a bit of turquoise or something. And two other motorcycles with him. They sort of flew past us, disappeared off up the road. Didn't expect to see anything of them again. Now we pulled off on the 329, 322, M3, M25, blah blah blah. And pulled on the M25, we're going down there, blah blah. About 5 minutes later, these bikes come back past us again and disappear off up the road once again. Blue lights. Who are they for? Going left, okay. Ambulance. So that was in the car, so it was fairly easy. In a lorry I was a couple of weeks ago now. Bit of traffic, but still a couple of motorbikes went past. They're both brand new 11 plates with rucksacks on the back, so you could... Well, they weren't 11 plates. I think they were both foreign ones. But yeah, anyway, you could tell what they were. They had foreign bikes touring around the countryside, basically. I pulled off the M25, M3, basically reverse route of what I'm doing now. And they carried straight on up the road. I went long through here. Bear in mind I'm limited to 56 and they can do 70. As I came through, I pulled onto the M4 and I was back on the M4 for literally 10 seconds and past they went. So I managed to keep up with two motorcycles that can do 70 or a bit more than that, depending on how fast they went. I can only do 56 or 50 and 40 in the bits with the speed limit. That just shows you how much time this going this way cuts off, rather than if you stayed on the motorway. I don't know if there are any other places in the country that are like this. This is the only one that I know of that you can cut the corner off and save yourself loads of time. I also had just the other week, it may have been last week, I got overtaken by a truck quite easily, steamed past me, and he carried on up the road as well. I pulled off, went along here, M25, I was going along 10-15 minutes. Then he comes steaming back past me once again. So yeah, this versus another lorry and it saves you loads of time. I was easily 10-15 minutes before he overtook me again. It's quite dark this morning. Each day it seems to get a little bit darker, which isn't surprising really. Bang bang bang, stuff falling over in the back. It's probably all that laminate I've got on. But yeah, this is most of the way down here. Probably seen the majority of it. I don't know how long this video's got now. Probably cut it here if it's at risk of getting too long.